Hai Foxian, kembali lagi bersama vlog Fox Amsterdam. Hari ini Fania mau mengajak kalian semua untuk mengunjungi expo atau pameran kesehatan yang diadakan di IHA atau Indonesian House Amsterdam. So, jadi buat kalian semua yang merupakan pengusaha ataupun yang punya interest dalam bidang kesehatan, ikutin kita terus di vlog hari ini, oke? Jadi kita sedang menunggu tram menuju IHA. Kita menunggu tram nomor 2. Oke, Foxian, kita sudah sampai di depan IHA. Langsung masuk aja. Foxian, kali ini KBRI Den Haag dan juga Kementerian Pariwisata Indonesia mengadakan kerjasama untuk mengadakan acara yang diselenggarakan hari ini, yaitu Indonesian Medical Wellness Tourism Promotion atau IMWTP yang diadakan pertama kalinya di IHA hari ini.
This is from the road, also lots of greenery around it and bringing that connection from the interior, from the patient areas to the green area, and of course very well.
Yeah, I want to ask you some question. You are coming from the insurance company regarding the health and medical tourism.
Ja, kan jij er ook mee doen?
Yeah.
Ja?
Yeah, I would like to have some question. You know that Indonesia has a lot of disasters, and do you consider when you build a hospital and comprehensive technology for medical as well as insurance?
Yeah.
Do you consider that?
Yeah, as a broker, we see the information for a lot of natural catastrophics, so the not caught risks. It is more on the reinsurance side. This is more the insurer from the insurer who is developed a program, a solution, a formula which they can. They can have on an AI way see what kind of big impact it could be for a hospital. If you build a hospital in an area where there is a big involvement of not cut risk, then it should be no problem, but insurance will have an increasement on premium. So that is not a problem. We would love to have a company insured by a big insurance who can also carry the whole finance about it. So this is not a problem, but it is something we will looking forward to see all the developments behind it. Yeah.
Okay,
It's maybe good to be aware that we have a global footprint. We are located in 120 countries, and we deal with all major insurance companies. We could arrange anything that's needed globally.
Okay.
Also catastrophe risk and other kind of things.
Okay, do you have any example where is a country that has been successfully built by your service?
Construction-wise, you mean?
Construction-wise.
We are in a global network, and Jouke and I am. Jouke is more on the risk capital side, and I am working on the human capital side. So I have no relationship to constructive and that kind of things. But of course, I hear and know because I see the examples within the messages within Aon. That we are very successful in the risk capital side practice, and also on the human capital side. And what kind of practices, but I see that we can mainly nowadays also it's not only catastrophe risk but also cyber risk and all that kind of risk.
And disaster risk. I used to be there.
And disaster risk also, that it could be affected and will take in collaboration or in consideration by the insurance companies. So what we can do is sometimes it's also in collaboration between insurance companies to cover a certain kind of risk in a high risk area.
And last question, what is your expectation from this workshop today to the future plan?
I think it's absolutely a great initiative that it started to think about, and I see many opportunities. I see also many things to consider. But by bringing all these parties together, and this is only the start, because I think Jouke is very important for the Indonesian medical care, to bring that together with the local medical care. We can also learn from the insurance programs here in the Netherlands. We can maybe learn from the insurance programs in Indonesia. But it is also the healthcare itself, how we can learn from each other. And then also, that's what I said to Jouke, maybe to define also certain kind of target groups. Younger people that like to travel, older people for elderly care in another country. I know that we have a lot of Indonesian people here also in the Netherlands. Maybe they like to retire and go to their home country to...
Sorry, then it turns to the very last question, because you remind me about something. Yeah, Indonesia has a super lot of people living in the Netherlands, but then when they are old and they come back to Indonesia, they already become Dutch nationality, some of them. And then we have stem cell technology that is becoming very popular now, but only 2 of them. Do you think is it any possibility for the Dutch insurance company to cover stem cell practices in Indonesia?
Oh, that's going into very depth. And that's, I think, absolutely where you have to deal with local hospitals and medical care here in the Netherlands. Learning about that kind of treatments also. And if it's an improvement to the current system here, what Jouke also gave us an example with the breast cancer, then if it can contribute to something, to better healthcare, maybe better way of financing, then I think it will absolutely can be used for kind of building bridges between both countries.
Okay, that's perfect. This is, for me, it's very exciting. I saw several people already do the treatment in the stem cell doctor in Jakarta, actually. One of the person is also been here now with me. And he is curious whether can I reimburse my treatment in my insurance in the Netherlands. Thank you for the answer.
That's also what I said. You can always apply at your current insurer. And then they have it will be a very specific request. And then it has to be extra. And therefore, Jouke can also help because he has the contacts with the local hospitals, local healthcare in the Netherlands, and raise these kind of questions and see if we can build some kind of development to the future. This is just the first step, so I see many further developments.
Many opportunity to be institutionalized. Sure. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
Saya Direktur Tata Kelola Pelayanan Kesehatan di Kementerian Kesehatan. Jadi Direktur Tata Kelola itu dari sekian banyak tugasnya salah satu mengurusi tentang medical tourism ini dan medical wellness ini. Gitu.
Ini baru ya untuk Indonesia ya?
Sebenarnya baru sih enggak ya. Cuman kita sekarang menemukan pola. Selama ini kita menjual wisata itu dari destination, dari pemandangan, dari apa ya, kecantikan Pulau Bali gitu ya. Tetapi kita lihat negara-negara lain itu turisnya itu sudah diarahkan ke medical tourism gitu ya. Dan kita harusnya menang. Kenapa? Karena kita punya tujuan wisata lebih banyak. Bandingkan beberapa negara ASEAN yang menjual wisata itu hanya untuk medical, untuk pengobatan, Pak. Oleh karena itu kita sekarang berusaha menggabungkan hal ini. Bayangkan Bapak kalau ada orang tua ya menghabiskan waktu elderly-nya di Bali gitu loh. Dia bisa spa, bisa punya culture yang enak gitu loh. Nah, inilah pendekatan-pendekatan ini. Jadi item medical dan tourism ini digabung menjadi wellness. Jadi orang bisa dia ke wisata tapi dia punya medical check up. Jadi bukan karena sakit dia, tapi medical check up. Atau dia wisata sambil meditasi yoga gitu ya. Dan kuliner Indonesia tradisional, temulawak dan sebagainya. Itu kita lagi pendekatan ke situ, approach-nya.
Kenapa Belanda menjadi menarik, Pak?
Oh, karena pertama gini, memasarkan di Belanda mungkin menurut kami ya, untuk Eropa ya, adalah tempat yang mungkin lebih mudah. Kenapa? Orang Indonesianya banyak, diasporanya banyak, dan melebarkan ke daratan Eropa jauh lebih mudah. Lagi pula kultur orang Belanda dengan kita itu sudah saling kenal. Jadi mungkin inilah first step-nya. Ini kan makanya first time-nya dimulai dari sini. Tapi kita akan bergerak ke negara Eropa lain. Apalagi mungkin yang tantangan besar itu sebenarnya di ASEAN. Tantangan besar itu di ASEAN. Bapak Ibu tahu Malaysia, Singapura itu. Tapi kita akan atasi dengan tourism ini. Karena tourism kita ini jauh lebih berkembang sih sebenarnya.
Oke, Foxian, IMWTP itu terdiri dari pertemuan B2B, business to business, dan juga termasuk expo atau pameran. Dan sekarang kita sudah berada di lantai 2. Dan di sini kalau semua para Foxian lihat ada banyak jenis herbs. Oke, Foxian, sekarang Fania sudah bersama dengan Mbak Ledia yang merupakan salah satu juga yang ada di sini ya?
Iya, kebetulan saya ownernya jamu-jamu.
Nah, kalau yang nggak tahu jamu-jamu, mungkin bisa dijelaskan sedikit.
Ya, jadi jamu-jamu itu adalah brand jamu yang based di Amsterdam. Kebetulan saya ada niat untuk memajukan jamu dan memperkenalkan jamu kepada masyarakat Eropa. Jadi makanya kenapa saya membuat jamu-jamu, harapan saya adalah untuk bisa mengenalkan jamu tidak hanya di Belanda tapi juga di seluruh Eropa. Karena itu jamu-jamu bisa ditemukan sekarang di Amsterdam dan juga di Jerman.
Oh,
ya.
Oke, Foxian, sekarang di lantai 1 kita bisa mampir ke booth-nya Kutus-Kutus. Dan di sini saya sudah bersama Mas Chandra, kita yang akan bertanggung jawab di booth hari ini. Dan kalau aku lihat di sini ada produk sangat-sangat nih ya, Foxian, yang merupakan salah satu produk transformasi dari Kutus-Kutus. Tapi sayangnya belum bisa dijual ya, belum bisa dibeli di Belanda ya.
Kalau di Belanda sendiri emang sebenarnya kita lagi proses saat ini. Jadi lebih ke buat lab test, terus sertifikasi. Soalnya kan masuk pasar Eropa cukup banyak requirements-nya.
Dan dengar-dengar besok ada workshop nih dari Kutus-Kutus sendiri kan?
Betul. Jadi besok tuh hari kedua rencananya akan ada workshop. Itu ntar akan dibantu sama partner kita, Bu Debbie. Jadi beliau akan bantu juga untuk seperti kasih teknik gimana sih gunain kutus-kutus atau sanga-sanga. Terus juga mungkin beliau kan juga terapis, jadi juga paham lah kegunaan-kegunaannya. Terus juga biar orang luar tahu juga gimana tuh kutus-kutus berguna. Soalnya kan di Belanda ini kayak gini kurang cukup aware orang, terutama buat orang Belanda sendiri. Jadi makanya gunanya workshop besok biar lebih buat ngasih tahu pemakaiannya itu bisa buat apa aja. Terus juga mungkin ada tips-tips lainnya sama dari Bu Debbie.
Oke, Foxian, kita sudah keliling-keliling di dalam dan juga kita mendapatkan banyak informasi mengenai intersection antara kesehatan dan juga tourism. Dan juga ada banyak ternyata pebisnis pengusaha dalam bidang kesehatan yang ikut dalam proses B2B tadi. Dan juga kita bisa lihat tadi sekeliling di booth ada produk kutus-kutus juga. Dan itu dia untuk liputan hari ini. Tunggu kita di vlog selanjutnya. Jangan lupa like, share, subscribe YouTube kita dan see you.